Hello, dear primary 3 students. This is Mrs. Hassan. Hope you're all fine. Today in this video, we are going to talk about the volume of liquids, the capacity of liquids. As we know, if we want to measure anything, for example, if I want to measure the length of any object, I'm using measuring units. I have, for example, for the small objects, I have millimeter. For the short objects, I have centimeter. For the long or large objects, I have meter. Right? So I have many units to measure the length. What about the liquids? How can I find the volume or the capacity of any liquid? At the beginning, we have to know what is the meaning of capacity, or what is the volume of a liquid. Any liquid, as we know, it don't have a definite shape, right? So it takes the container's shape. Any container, if you put some water in a cup, for example, this water, it will take the shape of this cup, right? If you take this water and put it in a bottle, it will take the shape of the bottle. So the liquid, it takes the shape of their container, right? And the capacity of this liquid means the total amount of this liquid inside the container. Okay, so the capacity is the total amount of a liquid that a container can hold. Fine. And we have two measuring units to measure the volume of the liquids. For the small amount of liquids, we use milliliter, and for the large amounts of liquids, we use liter. So I have two measuring units. Milliliter is used for the small amounts, such as soda in a can, or a juice, any small amount. A liter is used to measure the large amount of liquids, as petrol in the car or any large amount else. The most important thing that you should know that we have 100 milliliter in 1 liter. How? What's the meaning of that? Let's see. If I have this cup equals 100 milliliter, and this is equal 100 milli, and this is 100 milliliter, and this is 100 milliliter. If I have 10 100 milliliters, it means that I will have 1000 milliliter. 1000 milliliter equals 1 liter. So 1 liter equals 1000 milliliter. Again, 1 liter, this is a very important point. If I want to convert from a liter to a milliliter, I'm just multiplying by 1000. It means that I'm putting 3 zeros on the right. So if I want to convert from a liter to a milliliter, I'm going to multiply by 1000. 1 liter equal 1000 milliliter. Okay. Let's try to solve some exercises here. Here I have to put a measuring unit for these liquids. The first one, I think it's clear. It's a bottle of milk. So I'm going to use liter. This is a toothpaste. So we are going to use, of course, milliliter. This is a soda can. Soda can, I think it's a small object, so I'm going to use milliliter. Look at this here. I have a large amount of water, so I'm going to use liter. The next one, I think it's clear. It's a small amount of medicine here, so I'm going to use milliliter. I think it's a small amount, so I'm going to use milliliter. F, it's a bottle of oil, so I'm going to use the liter. The last one here, I have a spoon of medicine, so it's very small amount. I'm going to use milliliter. Here I want to read and record the measurements of each liquid inside the cups here. The first one, if you can see here, how can I find the or how can I read this measurement? I'm just reading the number. So the first one here, it's 900 milliliter. Here the second one is 400 milliliter. The last one here, it's 500 milliliter. Let's turn to another part. Circle the measuring unit. The first one, it's an oil bottle. So I'm going to measure it using milliliter or liter, of course, the liter. The medicine in the injection. Here I have a very small amount, so it will be milliliter. The last one, perfume in the bottle. I have here perfume. Of course, it will be milliliter. Let's turn to the next part. What is the tool we use to measure the liquid's volume? It's a graduated cylinder. This cylinder, I have numbers written on it from 0, starting from 0 down here, till 100. And it's by milliliter, from 0 milliliter to 100 milliliter. This number is written beside very tiny lines here, and we can use this tool to measure the capacity of liquids by putting it inside it. Let's read here the measurements inside each one. The first one here is 50 milliliter. The second one here, I have the volume of this liquid equals 90 milliliter. The last one here, I can read it. I think it's so easy and clear. It's 20 milliliter. Let's turn to this question. Here, he wants me to color the volume of each required part, but I have a key here, and this key says that each cup from these cups equals 10 milliliter. So the first one here, if you count the cups, it will be 1, 2, 3, it will be 30 milliliters. Each cup equals 10, so I have 3 equals 30 milliliter. 10, 20, 30. So it's 30. I'm going to color till 30 milliliter. The next one, I have how many cups? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each cup equals 10 milliliter. So I have here how many milliliters? I have 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. I have 50 milliliters. Then I'm going to shade or color here till 50. How many cups do we have in question B? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it's 60 milliliter. I'm going to shade here till 60. The last one, I have just 2. So it's just 20 milliliters. Each one equals 10. So I have 20. Here I'm going to color till 20. The last part that we have here, we want to estimate the volume needed to fill each jar to reach its capacity. Here, the first one, the capacity of the whole jar here equals 750 milliliters. So the capacity here is 750 milliliters. And I have here 500 milli of juice inside it. What is the volume needed to fill this jar? here I have just 500. I want them to be 750. So what is the volume needed here to reach the 750? I need here, I'm just going to subtract 750 minus this 500. It will give me the needed part here. So 500 milliliter, and here it plus what equals 750. I want this part, the whole part here, to be 750. Of course, I'm going to find that it's equal to 150. Let's make sure. If this is 500 and this is 250, it will equal 750 because 500 plus 250 equals 750. So I'm just finding the part needed, the volume of the liquid needed to fill the jar here. Let's look at B. I have the capacity here, the whole capacity equals what? Equals 4 liters. It equals 4 liters. And I just fill 3 liters. How many liters here needed to be 4? 3 and what equals 4? 3 and 1. Of course, it's just 1. 3 liters plus 1 liters equals 4 liters. So I'm just finding the missing volume here. What is the missing volume to reach the full capacity? Okay, question C. Here I have the capacity here equals what? The full capacity equals 100, right? The capacity here equals 100 milliliters. Okay, and I have already 20. Here I have liquid till 20 milliliters. So what is the part needed here? The empty part to fill the 100? It will be just 80, yes, because 80 plus 20, it will equal 100. The last one, the volume needed and the capacity, yes. The capacity here of the whole cup equals 1000 milliliters. It equals 1000 milliliters. This capacity equals how many liters? If you remember, we say that 1 liter equals 1000 milliliters. So 1000 milliliters here equals 1 liter. Okay, let's find the part here needed, the volume of the liquid here needed to fill the jar. You are going to find that here I have just 200. I have just 200. I want them to be 1000. So I'm going to subtract 1000 minus 200. It will equal 800. If you want to make sure, add 800 plus 200. It will equal 1000. And 1000 here is the full capacity of this jar. That's it. This is our lesson today about the volume of liquids or the capacity. I hope you find this video helpful and useful for you. Thank you for watching and see you in other videos.